Hello, my name is Damon Lawrence with Long Beach Grocery Cooperative, and we'd like to announce a new program with the co-op as we recruit more people from the Long Beach area to help us with this endeavor. And it is a gifted share program where our member owners now can buy a gifted share to someone that they think in the community that would love to be part of the co-op, but because of uh, their situation right now, they can't don't have the expendable cash or can't afford to become part of the co-op. As you know, the co-op does require a $250 purchase of the initial share to become part of the co-op, and you can spread that over $25 a month for 10 months. But for some people, that's still a stretch when you're on a strict budget. So, especially with everything going on with the COVID and everything, we thought it would be an awesome time for people to be able to gift a share if you're a member owner right now. If you are not a member owner, what are you waiting for? Well, let's get this store open. If you don't know much about co-ops and don't understand the impact it will have on our community, you need to check our website out, www.longbeachgrocery.coop, and get more information. But anyway, we're going to go on to the video, the Zoom video, where we interviewed Julie Schwartz today and told her that she was going to be the first gifted member of a share of Long Beach Grocery Cooperative. All right. Do is have you tell your story and why you want to be part of the co-op. I know that you've been wanting to be part of it for a long time and would love to work at the co-op as well. And you can tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your background, your kids and everything, and then you know the gifted share is going to come from me.
Okay, thank you.
No problem, no problem. Because I've seen you, and I've seen you, working hard and trying to take care of your kids and everything else, and you can still be
Yeah,
working in the community. So you never left Long Beach. So
yeah,
as hard as it is to, I know be a single mom in this city is hard. It can be hard. So
yeah. I have a lot of support here.
right, yeah,
I'm lucky. I don't have
yeah.
family here.
Yeah, and that's what we do here. That's what we do in
Yeah,
Long Beach. We support each other. We support.
yeah.
I know I've had a lot of support as well um, doing this,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
Michelle has been a godsend. She really has been. And so it's been
yeah.
her and I as a tag team force to keep this thing pushing forward. Uh,
Mhm.
really have and um, try to see it come to fruition. So we thought that, especially in today's climate after everything that's happened with the coronavirus and everything that was happening with George Floyd, it would be time at this point in time uh, that we get as many people involved in the process of opening a co-op like this
Yeah.
uh, from the area as possible. So
Well,
even
I
if
think. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
go
interrupt.
ahead, go ahead.
I'm just, a lot of this has we've created these micro communities within, our neighborhoods already because we're relearning how to rely on our neighbors.
Right,
I think that that's, a lot of that isolation and the coronavirus created a lot of these smaller areas, so we've learned that it's really important, this connection that some people don't have with their neighbors. So I think we're learning about our community and we're learning how we can support our community and we're learning the importance of investing our money in community.
right,
Um,
right,
I want to say the larger, one of the, not the larger message per se, but I've seen a lot of people rely on, you know, just be appreciative of kind gestures and do kind gestures themselves. So I think with the cooperative, it's this situation that we're all in has made it even more appealing to a lot more people who wouldn't necessarily think it would be something that they would want to be part of or benefit from.
right. Right. A lot of people don't, they really don't know. And that's what we found out, Michelle and I, with uh, dealing with the public and trying to educate them on what we were trying to do
Hmm.
and the scope of what we are trying to do. And most people fall into one or two places. Either they think the scope of what a co-op is very tiny, very small, a
Hmm.
group of people that get together and maybe have a garden or something like that and exchange produce, which is fine.
Right.
But with the co-op, the way this is a traditional co-op, meaning that it's a community-owned actual grocery store that will
Right.
have employees with uh, that will be able to earn a living wage and you know be a productive part of the community.
Hmm.
So and while providing great food and everything else to the community, and also providing funds. Most people don't really understand how it works and how the co-op is steadily giving back because it's such a foreign concept
Yeah.
of where how regular capitalist business works, where it's
Hmm.
more extractive from our economy. We're used to be that being the way things work, but
Right.
with a cooperative, it's we're always giving back. So the profits that when you come and purchase from the store, like any
Hmm.
other store, difference mean where those profits go. And they go
Right.
back to you as the member, and then they go back into the community and support projects in the community direct. So I always say it like this, and I'm a rebel, and it's like, well, I could give my money to uh, to Jeff Bezos and
Hmm.
have him have his third yacht,
Right.
or I can, I can provide, help provide childcare or food for a childcare center with the profits from the store. It's just
Yeah.
for me, it's just that it's simple. I can do. You can take that profit that he is just amassing wealth
Hmm.
and make it do something good for our community. And the stores themselves, if people would see
Right.
what I've seen all over this country where cooperatives are and where they have co-ops, the stores are very beautiful, very well run,
Hmm.
and the employees are typically just some of the happiest people that you want to come across.
Yeah.
And the community that shops there, they develop a community, and it's kind of like their store. It's more like a store
Right.
and a community center wrapped up in one.
Hmm.
And I don't think people really, because we don't have any examples of that
No.
here in Long Beach.
Hmm.
So it's kind of hard for people to actually get the concept. But I always,
Yeah.
if it works somewhere else, then it can work here.
Yeah. Certainly. And I mean,
So tell me,
we're learning the power of our dollar, and we're learning how, more and more we're understanding that where we spend money is just as political as, our beliefs in a lot of other things. So I have food knowledge. Well, I am a trained chef in that I trained at restaurants and catering companies.
okay,
So I was just, so that's how I got into my love of food, is through the restaurant industry. And then I switched. I um, San Diego had opened up a farmers market in Little Italy, and people really weren't sure if it was going to do well. And the woman who opened it, Cat White, had said it was a food desert, but she wanted to bring everything that she didn't have, that she couldn't get access to. She wanted to bring it to her neighborhood so it could be
right,
there. And it blew up. People went crazy, right? So I really wanted to be a part of that because I understood, it was making waves and people really were excited about this farmers market. So I started there, and it um, it was life changing because you're watching the community come together, you're watching people eat, all these different things are coming through, and you have these small businesses. Every single one is its own small business. It's its own entity. You're kind of creating all these things, and it's the amazing things. You see like these really really dark red walnuts, and we saw Jerusalem artichokes and brand new stuff to a lot of people. So just learning about different produce that we have in the area, or learning about the farms that we have, or the generations that are creating these, that have these farms around, that's how I really, really got thrilled with the idea of community and food being commingled. So that's where my passion started. And that was probably about 8 years ago, 2012.
Okay.
So I've been trying to, I've been working with farmers markets. I opened my own few farmers markets for a while. In order to bring a lot of the community that needed these farmers markets, I partnered with WIC, the local WIC community. And so they started distributing checks at our markets and would send people directly to the market after they issued these checks. I worked with Hunger Action LA to do a market match, to double it. And then I worked with EBT. We started having EBT enrollment there too. So we could get people to really, we're going to hand you this benefit and then you can use it right here. And
Right.
a lot of people they figured out, or we certainly were there to help quite a bit, how important people really, they needed it, one, and that they could buy it with, hi, this is my, that's Violet. Yeah, and there are a lot of people who didn't have fruits and vegetables access to it, or had the concept that it was too expensive, or didn't understand that you could pick and choose the good ones, or you figured out what you wanted. And that was interesting to me. So we tried to do tastings. We tried to really make sure it felt like a welcoming environment, which is also key to this too. So that's why I would have so many different social services coming in and helping out. And because my daughters grew up in farmers markets, they eat so much produce.
Right.
My daughter Ruby used to get in trouble because she would steal blueberries all the time.
Oh, wow. I love it.
And she eats tomatoes like apples. They both do, actually. They
Nice.
go through insane amounts. And
as we can see, Michelle is on board, and Julie beat Michelle. I tell you, Michelle has been a godsend to this co-op, and the heartbeat of it as we push to open the store.
Right.
So, Michelle, you have anything, any questions you wanted to ask Julie, anything like that?
Well, hello. It's good to meet you. You look very familiar. So I think we may somewhere out in the.
Possibly. I try to find all these, all the different food communities, I find one connector, and then I go to another connector, and the crop swap, and the Long Beach Organic, and then Long Beach Fresh, and I try to kind of find all of them. And
awesome. Well, I wanted to say welcome to the Long Beach Grocery Co-op. You are now officially an owner. This is your owner certificate.
All right, let's get up and do a dance. All right. And you are like owners.
Yep, this is
the
it.
Owner number is going to be 431.
431.
431. All right.
431. So we will be mailing this to you, and you will have it. It's just a placeholder certificate until we get going. But one of our very first votes that we're going to be having is going to be people will be running for the board of directors.
Okay.
Right now we have our startup board, but so we'll be finding owners from the community. You have to be an owner to be on the board of directors. Okay. And so you will be eligible to write up a program, present it to the owners, and the owners can vote on if the co-op funds it when the store opens. And as far as the benefits, they're just so many. There's going to be so many, but you get to decide on things like, not only will we be providing dividends to owners once the store opens, you as an owner will help us vote on what that percentage is, what that looks like. you can help us work on things like what we want our pay structure for our employees to be, what we want our employee benefits to be. So when we say you're an owner of the store, you own the store. So thank you for being an owner, and you can be as involved as you want to. We've got a lot of things, you know, just ready to roll, and we're just as thrilled as possible for you to be Gift to Share owner number one.
Right,
Number one.
Order number one. And if for anybody out there that would like to gift or share to somebody that they think would really love to be involved and would be good to be involved with the co-op, all you have to do is you go in there and enter their information when you, just like you bought your share, but on the email address, you're going to enter in, you're going to enter in all their information, all their information initially. And then when the pay screen comes up, you're going to add your information for payment on there. But you need to know their name, first name, last name, address, phone number, and email address, and you enter that into the information. And then on the pay side of it, you enter in your information, your credit card number, what have you. And that's how you can get it done. And then, you know, that person is then a member owner. You know, so this is awesome. And I've always wanted to do this. I always wanted to, you know, and it just came to me as like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And for me, the share that Julie has, I'm providing that share because I've been impressed with how she's carried herself through some good and bad times in Long Beach. And you know, she's really, really, really an impressive story. I would love to have her come work for the co-op at some time, you know, if she would like to. If it comes down to that, can't guarantee anything, but I think you would be an awesome employee. And think about Julie, I asked her what her address was earlier, and she lives right down the street from the store. So imagine somebody from the community that was able to walk to work if they decided to work there, or walk to shop. You know, it really is amazing, you know. So that opportunity would be amazing. And you know, that's what we're trying to build here. We're trying to build access for our community. Access to jobs, access to healthy food, and try to uplift the community and keep as much of the money that we spend, which is a lot, especially these days on food, as much as profit in the community as possible.
And one of the things that we are doing that it just popped into my mind, if you're interested in helping, is we are starting a co-op kids program. And we're modeling after the kids program at Isla Vista Co-op. So, and it's an amazing program, and we'd love to have your help and have the kids, you know, be part of it.
Yeah, they would love it. They would love it, right?
Give us their ideas and then let us run with them.
Yeah.
Okay, Billy. Well, we're gonna break the call down. I know you're busy. I know you're a busy mom. You know, there, so we're not gonna take too much of your time. But we just wanted to tell you, hey, you know what? Welcome to Long Beach Grocery Co-op.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, welcome.
All right.
You're part of the we.
That's right.
You are the we.
Outstanding.
Cool. Thank you so much.
Okay. I'm
very welcome.
Alrighty.
All right. From Long Beach Grocery Co-op, this is Damon Lawrence and Michelle Engelman Burns.
And Julie Schwartz.
Julie Schwartz. All right. Let's go get our store.
Let's go get our
On two. 1, 2. Let's go
get our store.
Yeah. All right.
Peace out.
Peace out.